Susan and Lloyd Ecker are here.
They came in and told us at the theater when we were
Hi everybody, we're overwhelmed. How many of you heard us speak this week?
You got a front row.
Look at that, wow. We have to bring everybody, I'm sorry, we have to bring everybody else up to date, so tell us how we do. But before I do, there are 3 special people here that are in the film that we wanted to introduce. Oh, good. Now we can do this. First, we were looking for a Cary Grant type. And so we called on a guy named Howard Rosenberg. Howard, stand up and take a bow there. This is a direct descendant of Sophie Tucker, a great grandnephew. You see the striking resemblance? And then we also asked a lady to introduce us to everybody in Palm Springs, and she did. Kaye Ballard is here. Say hello, Kaye. And then there was another lady that we met. Actually, we met her husband first, Harry Colligian. And they told us we were in the New York Museum for Television and Radio, and a nice young lady there said, you have to call Harry. I said, why should I call? Who is Harry? Well, Harry was married to this next guest, Miss Carol Channing. Now, she would have gotten up and taken a bow and probably done a Charleston, but she had toe surgery. So please forgive her, okay? That's nice. Well, we usually do a poll at some of these things. We just like to see. Is anybody here Jewish?
Is anybody
Okay, we're checking. A lot of people want to know why we did this, and some of you have already heard this. Bear with us. We just want to bring everybody up to speed. So, Sue, tell them why we did this.
Okay. Back in 1973, we were both at Ithaca College, and Lloyd, being the big man on campus, was in charge of getting concerts to the school. Now, he had a little competition from a small school across the hill named Cornell. They got all the big concerts. But he got a call from a promoter that said, we have a cancellation from Buffalo. She's a new singer. Do you want her? He said, I don't know who she is, but send her. I need a concert. Well, that concert was our first date. Now, there I am, sitting in the front row with 5,000 people behind me, and Mr. Big Shot over here says, I'll be right back. Now I'm thinking, what kind of a date did I get myself into? And the next thing I see, he's up on stage as the lights come up, and he said, okay, everybody give a nice warm welcome to Miss Bette Midler. And then we have dinner backstage with Bette Midler and her piano player at the time, Barry Manilow. So now I'm thinking I'll go on a second date. He's not such a schlub. But it was at that concert that we became familiar with Sophie Tucker, because Bette Midler does all of these Sophie Tucker jokes. So fast forward 35 years, we got married, we had 3 kids, they go off to college, he sells our business, and he comes home with the check and he says, okay, what do you want to do now? I said, first, I want to put that check into my checking account. And then I said, you know, I'd really like to have dinner with Bette Midler again. Mr. Big Shot says, I have a better idea.
I said, let's find out who Sophie is, then we'll make a documentary, check 1, then we'll write a book, check 2, then we'll turn the book into a Broadway musical, we'll turn that into a Hollywood musical, we'll hire Bette Midler to play the part, she'll win the Academy Award, and then we'll have dinner with Bette Midler again. So it's taken us 8 years, now 9 years to get to this point. And we're thrilled to have you here today after this performance. In order to get out of this performance, you have to buy a book. We've locked the doors. Just kidding. Anyway, after the performance, we'll have a Q&A, and we'll answer all your questions and go as long as you like. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you after the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how could they not put her on the Kennedy Center?
I agree.
Because they're idiots.
Oh, here's a story.
Here's a question.
All right.
Shop.
Good luck. I'll do this.
Do you know if she ever had any interaction with Sally Rand?
I did, yes.
You
She came to see me.
Well, first of all, tell people who Sally Rand was.
No, I saw her in Dallas. She came to see me in Gypsy. And, you know, I thought, oh, Sally Rand, oh, that's it.
You all know
It
who
was
Sally
art.
Rand
No,
What
don't
she
Tell
did
who Sally Rand
great
was,
art.
Kaye. Tell who Sally Rand was.
What?
Who was Sally Rand? So some people
For
don't
those
She was
of
know.
a
us who
famous
don't know.
stripper that just worked with bands. But that was artistic. I mean, what they're doing today is really vulgar.
It's true. It's true. They always worked
Really?
with full net and pasties. It was nothing like what you see today. I have the worst time with my students who think burlesque is like pole dancing. No! There's an art to this stuff. And Tucker really respected that art a great deal.
Yes.
She was
Isn't
friends
it
with.
shocking? I did a burlesque show when I started.
This little boy with her. He was a little boy, all dreamy.
And you know something? He's a great teacher because if he can teach these kids what life is really about.
Wait. You'll like this.
She took you
Yes.
with her wherever she
When
went.
she was in Boston, they were doing some kind of a fundraiser to keep the old Howard alive. And she looked at me and she said, "You're Howard, you're not old, we'll go and see." Gypsy Rose Lee was appearing.
Yes.
Great
And she looked
person.
at me and she said, "You'll love it." My mother was scandalized. So Tucker said, "You can come too, Resel, it's all right." I wouldn't. She said, "And please shield his eyes." And my mother wasn't a prude, but this was, you know, Gypsy Rose Lee was appearing. She came out on stage in a black velvet strapless gown.
And
It
dress.
had all kinds of vines around it with leaves. After 3/4 of an hour, she had taken off 5 leaves. She was completely dressed, and every person in that audience thought she was stark naked. That's art.
No, and I did a burlesque tour when I started because there was no such thing as, you know, going to school. In Cleveland, that was out. So I did it, and it was very respectful. What can I say? They were very respectful people to women in burlesque. They were wonderful.
Yes.
It's only a musical comedy. Oi, don't ask me what I think.
We have to wrap this up. So let's thank the Ecker for making this movie.
Very good.
And they just told me they're going to be over here when you're selling the book. Just like Sophie. Thank you,
Sophie
Carol.
Tucker
Chandler,
Memorial
so
over
much.
here, we're selling books.
Carol and Kaye.
I'll autograph them. You'll add.
Wait, one more
You ready
thing
to
from
change?
Hey, wait, one more thing from Carol.
One more thing.
Yes, you can have whatever you want.
Wherever I was working across the street from Ballard,
I'll find out.
Yeah. She had a routine in which she'd say, "When you're in the casino, Carol, it won't help you to dress sexy. Lead me, baby, to the boys around the crap table. A low-cut dress is just another place to lose the dice." Did that ever happen? You lose I not only lost a pair of dice, but I lost the stick man who tried to get them out.
Hey, let's hear it for Carol Channing, Kaye Ballard.